In today's therapy tip of the week, we are going to talk about working alliance again. And if you have not seen the previous videos about this, go back and have a look at some of them after this video. You don't have to watch them in any particular order. But in this week's tip, what we're going to talk about is how to elicit nuanced feedback. Because how you ask will determine what kind of feedback you get from each client about the working alliance. And of course, use something that is formal so that it creates some space for somebody to use. I use the session rating scale, the SRS, in the process at every session. I've been doing this since 2004. It's such rich, important ways to adapt to each person's experience in the therapy relationship. So what is the tip of the week? It's going to sound really strange, but how to elicit nuanced feedback. My suggestion for you is to use depersonalized language. Depersonalized language. So here's what I mean. When you are explaining the feedback tool that you're using, the measures that you're using for the alliance, you want to communicate that you're asking about their experience. So once again, based on the 1979 Albert Boldin's definition of working alliance, which most research have consensus to still use up till today, is about the bond, the connection that the person feels with you, the goals and topics, the approach and method, right? So, most people are familiar about feedback and surveys these days, especially about restaurants, and you want to communicate this is not what it is. It is not meant to be like that, because what happens in those sort of situations, they take your feedback and they say, thank you very much, and they put it one side. Nothing changes. Instead, what we want to do is to be able to get feedback so that we can feed it forward into the process and to tweak, to adjust, to fit their needs and their preferences as they go. So what I would say about this tip is when you are asking, don't use personalized language. Like, tell me what you think about me, how I did today. What do you think about the way I ran the session? Don't use that kind of language. Instead, try to create some kind of space and maybe even objectivity about this to describe. I'd love to hear about what's your experience like today on these 3 areas, which is about your experience of the relationship, the focus of the topic today. Did we talk about what you want to talk about? The approach and method, how did it sit well with you when we did A, and then we talked about B, and then I suggested for us to do this little task in between the sessions. How did it fit you? Notice I try to not say this in a way that's pushing, evading away from someone, and neither am I invading to say, tell me what you think about me, tell you what you think about me. No, right? It's different kind of languaging, because languaging really matters. And languaging is practice. You do need to take practice about how you adjust, calibrate to say these things. So the aim of this way of saying is so that the person can actually be able to feel safe to rate what they think about that, and to be able to be received from you, that you're not going to feel scrutinized. You're going to feel like you are attacked about your competency, but instead, you're going to feel confident, that you feel confident to be able to take whatever feedback comes, right? And then you could adjust and you could listen to what they tell you. And this links to the previous video that we talked about, the rate and predict, where you are also predicting what they say and you're seeking to be disconfirmed so that you can listen and close the gap and to make some calibrations for next time, for the future sessions. So this week's therapy tip of the week is about how to elicit nuanced feedback, and the suggestion is for you to use language that affords them space, that is not about an evaluation about you, it's about their thoughts, so that you can think aloud with them when you use depersonalized language. And if you like what you see, tell us what you think. I'd love to hear if you're experimenting with these ideas, what you found about them. Make sure also that you capture your learnings on a weekly basis, which we talk about in this blog post about therapy learnings, weekly therapy learnings. The links are on the videos below in the description below. And if you have not subscribed to Frontiers of psychotherapist development. Do make sure that you click subscribe to be notified when new videos come in. And if you are not yet on the Frontiers Friday handpicked newsletter that comes out every Friday with 5 big recommendations, click on the link so that you are notified right straight into your inbox about stuff that you could use in your clinical practice and for your professional development.